It's season 18 of Apex Legends, and it's quite safe to say that as much as you guys love it, there are also a lot of other people who absolutely hate it, as is with every season that drops. But the thing is, there are quite a few interesting things that we can be looking forward to, such as the Fuse Heirloom this season. Our Fuse mains have been waiting on this gem ever since season 8 when he first came out, and here we finally have it, boys. So of course, thanks to the many creators and data miners, there's so much that we actually know about the content that's coming this season. But because it does seem that Respawn has sacrificed the content to allow us to have somewhat of a better experience with things like the rank system as compared to last season, it is safe to say that not everything is looking so bright. The Harbinger collection event. I'm sure you guys all know by now that this is the collection event that we get Fuse's Heirloom. However, there is an issue. The question that we all have on our minds as a community is, well, what's the new content? The Heirloom? Sure. Skins? That's debatable. So what's coming with it? See, that's the thing. There is no actual new content coming though. Can we really call new skins new content, especially when they're going to make a return at some point in the near future? Of course, we'll have the regular badges to grind out with the price tracker, but there's actually no new LTM coming for the game. I would say that the only really new LTM, which isn't actually new, that's coming to Apex this season is the Shadow Royale game mode. Now, I'm also pretty sure that there are quite a few people who are new to this and probably didn't get the chance to play it back for the first time in season 3 of Apex. Now, we have this game mode show up in Apex Legends in 2 different ways. There's the OG version, which is Shadowfall, and I'm sure all the OGs can agree with me when I say this OG version was probably the best that we've ever had. You and your team will drop into any one of the designated maps that the devs chose for this game mode. At the time, it was Kings Canyon at night, and might I add, Apex maps at night are awesome. They added some surprises like getting jump scared by zombies or spiders every time you opened a loop in. It was basic battle royale, just zombie style. You dropped in solo and had to survive against other players, and when you died, there was no reviving. You came back as a shadow, hence the name Shadowfall. If you were of the remainder of players who were still alive after a certain period of time, you all became allies and eventually had to survive the onslaught of other Shadow Legend players who were all hunting you down. Shadow Royale is a little different this time. Now you have a team, like normal BR, and you had a lot more Shadow Legends coming after you. It is, to say the least, less spookier because you have your team with you. When you played solo in Shadowfall, it was way more intimidating, hearing all those noises whilst looking around you the entire time, the need to survive, bunch of shadows coming after you from any direction. Yeah, it was pretty scary. But there is a large amount of players who are just simply unsatisfied with the fact that they are bringing one of these game modes back simply because it's recycled content, and with the already lack of content thereof, it's pretty bad already. And as much as I love Shadowfall and Shadow Royale, and as much as I'd like to actually see it come back, it pains me to agree with that. It's recycled. EA even had to come out and say that they didn't actually meet their financial expectations last season or the season before that. I wonder why. I'm trying my best to put my fingers on it. I just can't seem to. I swear, bro, it's on the tip of my tongue. Maybe I'll remember it later. We all know about the Death Dynasty event, which is very similar to the Imperial Guard event, which had Wraith's Recolor Heirloom, except the Death Dynasty has Revenant's Heirloom. You see, the Wraith Recolor event had all the cosmetics 50% off, so you could technically craft the Recolor Heirloom for literally half the price. Now, understanding that all the skins for the Imperial Guard collection event were recolors, making the event 50% off was cool. I had no problem with it, as I'm sure a lot of people didn't have a problem with it. However, with EA recently coming out and admitting that they didn't meet any of their financial expectations with the game in the last couple of seasons, they are doubling down. We just got the Revenant Heirloom in the Death Dynasty collection event, and to say the least, it's actually pretty good. I was not expecting some of the animations that come with it, as well as the emote itself. I think it's pretty dope. Now, I am by no means a Revenant main, but this heirloom would literally make me change sides. However, once again, these are all recolor skins. Yeah, we've seen them before, just with a different color scheme. And if you check the playlist, well, there's no new LTM, nothing whatsoever. And to put the cherry on top of the cake itself, this is the launch of a new season. And EA's way of defining new content is to give us a recolor event that isn't even 50% off in any way. Not only that, there's no new game mode for it. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that we've had to help the launch of Season 18 get off the ground, even just by a centimeter, is a recolor event with a recolor heirloom. I must ask EA, are you surprised that you didn't meet your financial expectations? Now, we also do now know that they increased the price of Apex coins recently, and very schemingly enough, without telling a single soul. Just exactly how much money did they lose? For them to be throwing this much buyable content at us as much as possible, doing things like increasing the coin prices, you gotta ask yourself. That information wasn't revealed as expected, because if they had to actually reveal how much they made, and it being a financial loss, that would be a terrible look for EA. But what we do know is that despite having a player base of over 18 million players, they still fail to meet their financial expectations. I mean, now we can just buy dive trails instead of play ranked to actually earn them, and all you need to do is just buy a prestige skin, because we all know the fated fate of ranked next season. There's going to be no more dive trails. Instead, the dive trail is going to be replaced with banner frames. So you'll get a diamond, master, and predator banner frame instead of the traditional dive trail. Just buy a prestige skin and you'll get a really cool looking dive trail that you can equip on any legend and any prestige skin.